Hello, everybody in internet land. We are back again for game 20, I want to say. But then again, I was never very good at maths, despite being a maths teacher at one stage. Okay, so somebody remind me where we were.
We had just defeated some ghouls in a barn, or a ghast in a barn, and discovered a key from the neck of the ghast with a foxglove symbol on it, being the flower surrounded by thorns. And we had gone back to Sandpoint, where we returned some money to Sheriff Hemlock and advised him as to what had been taking place. Mayowen had received a note from the bad guy.
Your lordship.
Your lordship.
His lordship.
Okay,
Urging her to take the fever into her.
so that would be this note.
Yes.
That would appear to be the note.
Excellent.
And we were on our way to Foxglove Manor.
Okay. Is that everybody's recollection?
It's accords with my recollection.
I'm trying to look at my notes to see if they make sense.
Nightwing's party was heading off to the sheriff, and we were going to Foxglove Manor.
Who was Quint? He was a scholar of some sort.
You go, Matt.
I think he was back at Sandpoint.
Wasn't he just a resource we had?
Yep.
And why have I got fertility +6 as a note?
Good. Because of a brain injury?
It says fertility +6, magic skills +6, 7 sins.
Oh, well, early on in the one of the early campaigns, we discovered the 7 deadly sins led us to the bad guy.
Mm.
So that might be one of those.
All right. Oh, just ignore it then. It's just a note I've got.
Okay.
Why have I got 34 leather pouches?
Because they were filled with gold, and we sent them back with Nightwing to the Sheriff Hemlock.
So we don't have them anymore.
No.
Right, gone. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Now, I do vaguely remember that you didn't go back to Sandpoint.
That might be right.
I believe that you stayed overnight in the barn. Young Siron was going to cast Cure Disease on one of the guards that had been bitten by a ghoul and looked like it was coming down with ghoul fever. And then they were going to go back north towards Sandpoint, and you guys were going to make your way to the west to go to Foxglove Manor.
Yep.
Oh, good, I got it right. Excellent.
That's right, because yes, I had learned to remove blindness, deafness, but the dog didn't come along for the journey, so we had to wait an extra night so that I could do that for the poor guards
That's
person.
right.
That's right.
Doggy was blind.
Doggy remains blind. Doggy hasn't come back to be healed yet.
Oh, poor doggy.
It is.
Okay.
There's a wolf. Huh.
Yeah, it goes, Wolf, yeah.
So on our surrounds sheet, we are heading to Foxglove Manor, which you'll find in the most southwesterly point. So you're going to be heading down the Lost Coast Road and following along the trail along the north of Foxglove River, crossing over and then along towards Foxglove Manor there. It's a journey of about 3 miles from where you currently are.
How long would that take?
3 miles converts to what? About 5 kilometres.
Mm-hmm.
So
About an
really
hour?
should only take about, yeah. If we're being lazy.
Okay. So we'll say that you make your way. Where are we? Travel to the manor. Here we are. Excellent. Yeah, the road, the route leading out to Foxglove Manor is a 3-mile hike along. It's a narrow path that follows the Foxglove River from the covered bridge where it flows under the Lost Coast Road to the Dark Seas cliff overlooking the Varisian Gulf. As you come towards Foxglove Manor, you hear the wild seabirds calling out to a roaring ocean that churns hundreds of feet below the cliffs. As you start to approach Foxglove Manor, it almost seems as if nature herself has become sick and twisted. Nettles and thorns grow more prominent, trees and leaf less and bent, and the wind seems unnaturally cold and shrill as it whistles through the cliffside crags. The path slowly rises, bending around a steep corner in the cliffs, and then Foxglove Manor looms at the edge of the world. The strangely cold sea wind rises to a keening shriek as Foxglove Manor comes into view. The place has earned its local nickname of the Misgivings Well, for it almost appears to loathe its perch high above the ocean, as if the entire house was poised for a suicide leap. The roof sags in many places, and mould and mildew cake the crumbling walls. Vines of diseased-looking grey wisteria strangle the structure in several places, hanging down over the precipitous cliff edge almost like tangled braids of hair. The house is crooked, its gables angling sharply and breached in at least 3 different places, hastily repaired by planks of sodden wood. Chimneys rise from various points amongst the rooftops, leaning in like old men in the storm, and grinning gargoyle faces leer from underneath the eaves. So I'm going to bring you guys onto a map now.
I remarked to the group that given Foxglove's apparent wealth when he was in town, paying for us to stay at that inn, and giving us, did he give us some reward money?
Yep.
I would have expected to see Foxglove Manor in such sad shape.
So before I share this map with you, I'm going to reveal as much of it as I can to you. But essentially you're walking up towards a point, and the house sits on top of a massive cliff, juts out almost sort of like it's hanging out over the Varisian Gulf itself. From where you start, you can see that there is a burnt down sort of building lower down from it, with the house sort of really quite dominating the presence of this particular area. Also,
Are they the cliffs of despair? Because that would be inconceivable.
you know, if I had hero points to hand out, Kevin, you just would have urged yourself on.
Do we see any animals?
Hang on. Just let me bring them. Oh, God, why am I so useless?
You're not useless, Mark.
Do you want us to answer that question?
Right, let me try that again. Everybody watching can laugh at my ineptitude, as I know precisely what I did wrong. What are you printing, Kevin?
I'm not
Encyclopedia
printing anything
Britannica?
anymore.
Okay.
No, it's finished. Just the printer thinks it's not. Okay. Oh, there's a picture.
Pardon me. So you approach this area, you can see that there's a burnt out husk of foundations just off to your right there, but you can see sort of like an impressive building up ahead as well. You can see that the building is, where are we? Like, I mean, apart from it being all sort of gloomy and mouldy and stuff like that, you can actually see that it's an impressive building, quite high.
I haven't got a picture yet.
It's in poor state of repair, and you can see sort of like everything's overgrown and really quite poor. You can actually see. You asked whether you could see any animals.
Loading.
The building to the south, once it loads for you, you can see several sort of crows and ravens dance upon the edges of it, and they sort of look at you with interest as you sort of come along the road.
Well, this is a gloomy place.
It's only a cardboard cutout.
A cardboard cutout. A cardboard cutout bird, you say?
Off you go.
It's called Pathfinder.
It is.
So cute. Oh,
So is this the burnt out house you're talking about that's just to the south of us?
Yes. Just a few edges and a few portions of the building that once stood there remain. Several ravens dance amongst the edges, the walls and foundations, cawing, cocking their heads to the side, looking at you.
Oh,
Does it look like? Sorry,
there's
go on,
something
Kevin.
there's something like a well there. We're bound to go down that.
Does it look like it's recently burnt down, or has it been burnt for a while?
Okay.
Aha! He hasn't locked us down. Everybody move quickly.
did you say there were a lot of ravens?
What's that, sorry?
You said there were a lot of ravens?
Oh, there's a few. There's not huge amounts. Maybe 10 to 15 dance amongst the ruins of the building, and as you see Thaven go rushing across the mossy, thick, slick grass, you see they sort of dance to get out of his way and move to other areas.
I could ask him some questions.
Okay, as you approach, it's impossible to tell how many floors the outbuilding that stood here once had, for all that remain are the sooty, scorched stones of its foundation. To the east, a 4-foot wide stone well sits partially collapsed in the corner of the ruins.
Should I look around for tracks or anything?
That's probably a good idea. I'm going to have a look down the well.
Timmy,
Of course you are, Timmy. Off you go down the well.
See, there's just
He's
there's just a videotape sitting on top of the well.
All right. He deserves a shadow point for that.
Okay, if you're going to have a look down the well, you poke your head down the well, so to speak. Give me a perception check, though.
Oh, that's actually a game mechanism thing. Ooh, ooh. Skill checks. Oh. All right, so I'm going to... I do believe I've got a cantrip light spell somewhere, which I'll throw down there just to make sure I can see what's going on. Not that I notice anything.
No, you throw a bit of a light spell down, you have a look, and you can see the slick, dark edges of the well. Obviously bored quite some time ago, but you can see nothing of pretty much anything, and in fact you can't even see the water from where you currently are.
No secret tunnels in the side walls.
Apparently not.
What sort of place is this?
Apparently it's a well where you, well, where probably once water was drawn from.
Well, it's not well designed.
Oh.
Deep subject.
That hero point's gone away.
It has.
Come on, chaps, we must be up to the mansion.
Yes, we have a key to the front door.
Has Libby discovered if there are any fresh tracks on the road that have arrived recently?
Libby would need to give me a survival check for that. Oh, sorry, not Libby. Mayowen. Mayowen has a look around for tracks in this current sort of area and finds none that seem fresh apart from Thavens and her companions.
Would anybody like me to question a raven about the comings and goings?
If you wish to question a raven, go ahead.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
I have a spell for that. I've been dying to do a spell. But I don't know how to do a spell. Cast?
Cast. Yep. Okay, so you are now using the Speak with Animals spell. Awesome. I'd probably better work out how that works. Speak with Animals. There we are. Speak with Animals. You can ask questions or receive answers from animals, but this still doesn't make them any more friendly than normal. Wary, likely terse and evasive. Okay, so you got a minute per caster level. So you
Offer them some food.
you stop as you were heading over to the road to talk to a raven perched on the side. You see he steps back unhesitantly as you mumble the words of magic and wave your fingers in the air, ready to talk to him. What do you say?
Hello, lovely black bird.
Okay, as you look at him and you mutter those words, you realise that this black bird is not terribly lovely. Seems emaciated and quite sickly looking, and it shrilly answers you. Go away!
Would you like something to eat?
Your eyeballs would be nice.
I'll hold out some rations.
What sort of rations?
Just a trail ration.
So seed or nuts?
It just says trail ration.
Yeah, I know. It's made up of a mixture. You can get sort of different types. So it might be seed or nuts, or it might be dried meats, or what are your options?
For a ranger, probably seeds and nuts.
Okay. It looks at it, it cocks its head to the side and says, "Pluck your eyeballs from your skull and I'll eat heartily. I don't know why I'm a pirate bird, but I've turned that way."
Look, Marty, you look mighty good with an eye patch.
Go away, it says. Go away! And then you hear many of the other birds start cawing in chorus with it.
Well, I'll say I'll be glad to share this food with you. If you
That's
want,
not food. Give us your eyeballs. We'll pick them out if you don't give us your eyeballs.
I'm not going to give you my eyeballs, but I'll be glad to take yours.
Leave. Leave now. Leave and you may live. Leave.
What a butthead. You really got that part of it if it's not friendly. Let's see. They're pretty smart.
Crows are very smart birds.
These are ravens, not a crow.
Same thing, similar. They're both smart.
Well, Mr. Raven, I'll come up with some eyeballs for you if you'll answer a couple questions for me.
It looks curious at you.
I move away from her.
Speak.
I was wondering if you've noticed any comings and goings into the manor.
Ah, a new group has arrived today. Ah.
A new group of what?
I count 4 of you.
How about comings and goings prior to our arrival?
Not for a long time, girl. That'll cost you an eyeball.
All right, that's one. I'll get you 2. How long is a long time?
How many settings of the sun?
You don't understand what I'm saying, dancer. Shut up or I'll pluck your eyeballs.
I get my wand out.
Might sing better.
Let's see, hang on a minute. It's been a cycle of the moon since the last visitor came.
So, a month. That's what he means, a month, right? Yes, a month. And did they leave?
Your 2 eyeballs have been spent. And it's around about that time that your spell actually wears out.
I'll return with your eyeballs.
If you like, I can magic missile him and we can use his eyeballs.
I will point out also to you, Matt, that don't forget that you've used your remove disease spell, so...
Yes,
What
I have. I know that I'm down a 3rd level spell for the day.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, you approach... pardon me. You approach the...
Ignore what I just did. Sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, you approach the southern set of double doors that lead up. You can see that this house was obviously once a marvellous place, and in fact you can see where most buildings in that you know of do not use glass and stuff like that extensively. They just use shutters over open alcoves, etc. mainly. This place has glass in every opening for a window, and so some of it's sort of quite high up. And you also note that despite it being dirty, messy, sort of thing like that, there isn't a cracked pane in the glass as you approach. And although it is overgrown and saggy and soggy, and as you approach the building itself, you can smell sort of like moss and a certain element of rot about the place.
Has it been a month since we arrived in Sandpoint?
Oh, easily.
Go over and have a look in the window.
Okay. You walk over and you start cleaning the side of the window, and you look into a gloomy, dark room. Do you have any sort of light vision?
No, but I can throw a light spell through the window into the room.
Okay. Righto. That sort of works, I suppose.
Ouch.
Yes. Okay. You see into a room. It's dirty. It's quite filthy. You can see a fireplace across from you. The ground is sort of like seems to have sort of mouldering rot or mould covering most of it. You can see some sort of large lumpy shape raised above on a platform, but you can't really quite make out what it is. Yeah, but it is an extremely large room.
Is the window locked?
There is no sort of opening to this window. It's permanently set in place.
Yep, yep. And the other one behind me?
Let's see. Oh, damn.
I turn to Arvin and I say, so we've decided against knocking, have we?
You have the key. We can knock.
We have the key. We
Um,
could knock. And yet we look to break through a window.
Well, we're not breaking through the windows. We're looking through the windows as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
You can see in this
Uh,
area, Taven, that there is oak floors, and it just appears to be a large empty-ish room with a fireplace across from it.
Are the oak floors cleaner than the other mouldy place?
Not really. There's mould sort of creeping through the oak section.
All right. Let's try the front door.
This is where that Foxglove bloke came from, right?
Yeah.
I
They,
remember being drunk in a tavern when he came to town, so I don't know that much about him.
I like
Maywin knows all about him. He's gone around the side, though.
I'd like to see the rest, what's around there before we go in.
All right.
Be careful of the eels.
Foxglove actually came from Magnamar.
He did. This was his old house, though.
Isn't that what Sauron was doing? Looking around the other side?
Sauron, no, Sauron's standing in front of the doors.
Oh, I see it. I see
Yes, no, I didn't cause that marker of moving 40 feet directly towards a cliff and wanting to jump over it.
All right.
Damn.
Well, now that we're all back, I shall knock on the door.
Okay. You move forward and boldly knock on a door where nobody has knocked before. Well, they probably have. But you boldly knock on the door and you go... How long are you going to stand there for?
Well, I'm hoping that it's got one of those really cool manor-like door knockers on it.
Oh, sure. Like, each door has one of those door knockers. They look like the two from the Labyrinth movie.
Yep.
Excellent, but they start talking.
So I shall rap a jaunty little tune. Knock, 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 knock.
Okay. Excellent.
Knock, 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 knock.
My
God,
goodness, you've got rhythm.
It's the Banana Splits knocking team. Okay, you knock, and you knock, and you knock some more.
Doesn't seem like anyone's home, Siron. Shall I use the key?
Well, it seems like a perfectly good time to use the key.
I'll try the door anyway without the key.
Okay, you try the door. It is locked.
Good at.
Do you want the key, Thafer?
No, after you, oh masterful one.
Okay, I shall put the key in the lock and hope it turns.
Okay.
I'm so tempted to throw an electric charge bell at this point.
Oh dear, that'd be awesome. Bear with me for a second.
I move 5 feet so I can look directly through the door. In case there's something in there I want to shoot.
Lovely. Okay, well, you open the door.
What does it smell like as the door opens?
Well, let me do a description shortly.
Mold.
Definitely smells quite mouldy.
Oh, there's manticore on the table.
Hang on.
Or a giant scorpion rat. Or any number of other
Okay.
things.
As you look into this particular area, it's quite dark. In fact, despite it being, although it is quite overcast and there's a slight haze of rain about outside, inside it's quite dim. In fact, dim would be the term probably that we would be using for the game. Dim light on the inside. You see large sort of shapes. But as you open the door, you hear the sounds of the house straining and creaking, which gives this long, high-ceilinged room an additional sense of age and decay. This place smells damp. The unpleasant tinge of mould laces the air as surely as it stains the wooden floor, walls, and furniture in pallid patches. Mouldering trophies hang on the wall to the northeast. A boar, a bear, a fire-pelt cougar, and a stag. Yet they pale in comparison to the monster on display in the centre of the room. Here crouches a 12-foot-long creature with the body of a lion, a scorpion's tail fitted with dozens of razor barbs, huge bat-like wings, and a deformed humanoid face.
Get my sword out.
Okay, you draw your sword as Arvin walks in. Arvin, as you walk in, you get the idea that sort of like there's a smell of burning hair or flesh about this room, but it dissipates very quickly.
Ugh. Okay, well, I'll just put to side of one of the other odd smells that's in the place and wrinkle my nose.
Okay. I'm not sure whether
Arvin, have you ever heard of the term "it's a trap"?
Why would Mr. Foxglove set a trap for us?
Okay.
Siron?
Arvin, Siron, and Thaven, give me perception checks.
I was just concerned about the burning toast smell I just had.
Okay. As he says
Brain
that,
injury?
and well, as he says that, none of the rest of you have smelled
Hey,
that.
don't mock the afflicted.
No, quite honestly, none of the rest of you have smelt that.
Okay.
No smell of burning at all. It's just mold and sickness and damp that you can smell. Okay. Thaven, as you sort of are moving about the room, and as you come to stand next to the fireplace or the fire mantle to the south and look out the window that you were just... Oh no, you didn't look through that one. You think you hear the sound of crying or sobbing coming from somewhere above you.
Above.
Hmm.
So, how many stories is this mansion?
2, maybe 3. I think it's...
Alright.
Hang on, bear with me while I bring up the other map.
There's
Say to
probably
Maywin, did Crow say anything interesting?
Only that there'd been no one here for the last time someone came here besides us was a month ago.
3 stories. Let's go.
including the attic, or
That would probably include the attic. What
Okay.
you would term the attic.
I shall scamper down to the corner.
Okay, you scamper down to the corner and see that you stand next to a doorway and a wall.
So Thaven was the only person who heard that?
Yes.
And Arwen's the only person who smelt burnt toast?
Yes.
Okay.
The toast.
That's right. None of us have smelt it. It's all good.
I will check this door. Oh, someone else is going there already. No worries, though. You, Siren, you check that door.
I'm just listening out, listening at the door.
Now you can see that this sort of down towards the end here seems to sort of stretch further along too.
Is there a build-up of like wet grime on surfaces such as the door handle that I'm looking at?
There's sort of mould sort of growing along bits and pieces of the door, and in fact you can see as you look at this particular door itself, it's quite thick with not with what do you call it? It's swollen with moisture and water damage and whatnot.
And so it's like water damage throughout the house?
A lot of mould has grown through here, and it's just, you can see as you look up at various areas, plaster that has been built there is sagging horribly and crumbling to the ground, and it's really like a bad, it's like it's been left for 50 years and nature is just eating away at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sauron, Dark Lord, open the door.
No, I'm checking this door handle. Is there a disproportionately less amount of grime on this door handle than, say, the build-up elsewhere?
I'm opening my door. It's too slow.
Has somebody used this door recently? Is that what you're trying to ask?
That's the question.
Well, then you give me a perception check.
I'll give you a perception check. There we go.
This door handle seems in place with everything else that you've seen so far.
All right. Do I hear the creaking of Thaven opening a door elsewhere?
You do.
Yes, you
You hear the creaking of Thaven attempting to open a door. You turn the handle, Thaven. You don't find any resistance to it and can't see a lock, but you feel that the door is stuck.
I'll exert strength upon it.
Okay, give me a strength check. Okay, you push with all your might, but the door seems to have swollen in its what do they call in its frame, and it does not open at your tender ministrations.
Inconceivable. This door's jammed. Try that one.
All right.
Dark Lord Sauron.
I attempt to open the door. Three
Oh, so you can see my numbers, right? I'm turning that
and
shit off.
2.
Do I perceive anything whatsoever?
Don't worry, I'm turning that shit off. That was a thing that I loved allowing you to see maybe once, but now no longer. Jam, show whispers, show jam rooms. Oh, no. Okay, you try the handle at the door that you're currently standing at, and it turns. You give it a good shouldering, seeing that the trouble that Thaven had before, but you see that it swings open quite quickly and suddenly as you burst out into a hall. See a door directly across from you, a door farther to the west. There's a really strong smell of mould in here, and you can see that there's sort of like a rat squeezes through a hole in the wall and disappears. And
That rat has eyeballs.
That rat does have eyeballs. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I shall move into the room.
Oh,
Oh,
it's still
well,
going.
you haven't
There's
tried-
another door.
there's another door there.
Sorry, what? I thought I opened that door. Oh, I'm in a hallway.
You're in a hallway.
Ah.
That's why I just described the hallway quite succintly.
Yes, you did.
I love it when people listen to me.
All right. Well, I'll listen at the next. Listen at the doorway that are opposite the door that I've just come through.
Okay, you listen intently at the doorway.
I do.
Well,
Give me a
I'm gonna ask-
perception check.
sorry.
Righto. You're asking what, Arvin?
Given I'm stuck in this room with this trophy, I'm going to ask Mayon about this interesting creature that's before us, because I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before, and she's our nature expert.
Sure. Give us a knowledge nature check. Merwin? By the way, you hear nothing, Siren.
I hear nothing. All right. I
I'll think about that one.
Merwin believes it's a Varisian lion.
No, that's very interesting. Where are they mainly from? Would it have been hunted locally?
She believes that this one, in fact, has been messed with by a zoo or a travelling zoo to make it appear more fantastical than lions actually are, and you should pay no attention to it in any way, shape, or form.
It's a fake like a platypus.
It is.
Go on.
all right. I twist the handle, not wanting to open the door, just to see whether it's locked or not.
Okay, you twist the handle. It is indeed not locked.
Room over here. I intend to go through. Which brave fellows are going to follow me?
Shut the door.
Shut the door.
Behind him.
Oh,
I will be with you, Siron.
very good.
I'm
I
standing.
open the door.
I got your back if something's on the other side.
Okay, you putting your shoulder to it, or are you just trying to push it
I'm
gently
just going to
open?
try it first before putting my shoulder to it.
Okay, you genteelly push the door, and although it's slightly stuck, and there's a horrible sort of sucking sound as you push at the doorway, it opens to your
Excellent.
hand. Let me just uncover the other bits to this room.
I'm assuming for the record the size of the rat that disappeared down a hole in the wall was not dire size.
It was not a rat of unusual size. No.
Very good.
It wasn't a were rat. We ran into one of those earlier too.
Okay. This oak-panelled chamber must have once been breathtaking, but it's a sad sight quite now. The floorboards are warped with moisture and the panelling scratched and spotted with mould. In fact, as you sort of walk into the room, you feel that above the mantelpiece, the mould itself looks like some horrible, glary, leering, skull-like face, but you sort of shake your eyes and squint a bit and it disappears as if you're only trying to sort of look something directly into the patterns. A grand piano, its surface splotchy and its keys warped, leans tiredly in the southeastern corner.
Oh, a piano. I go directly to the piano. I said, you know, I've never played.
Never played the piano.
Never played the piano.
That surprises me. It sounds like one of those things you'd use to capture the lady's interest.
Mm.
Wow, Maelwyn comes rushing through the room.
See, I told you so.
Zoom!
Arvin, do those doors over there open?
Can you see
Let's
this?
be see.
Can you see that door, by the way?
I can see that door now, the one behind the piano.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just talking about the double doors
Uh-huh.
that Arvin's moving towards.
Okay. Haven looks into the room and then just piss bolts down the other end of the corridor.
I'm waiting for a coordinated attack through both doors. On 3, guys.
He's just got. It's almost like he has an overhead view of where he's going.
Yeah.
Hey, I can triangulate visually, thank you.
Righto, what are you all doing?
I'll check these doors to see if they open, given Siren asked me to.
You see a large locking mechanism and it is currently locked.
Similar to the lock that I've used the key on previously.
Indeed.
I shall try the key.
Okay.
Yes.
You try the
Run out that door quickly.
key and the doors open.
All right. They do open, Siren.
Oh, good. A breath of fresh air in here then.
Yes, we'll air this place out in no time.
Indeed.
I throw myself vigorously at the door.
Which door?
The one in front of me.
Okay.
Above me.
Righto. The handle turns, but it seems stuck in its frame. Give me a strength check.
That's why I'm throwing myself vigorously on it.
I figured as much. Okay,
It's a tough door, my God.
the
They
door
don't make them like this, do they?
the door resists your tender ministrations as you bounce off it.
I'm going to blow it up with a fireball.
Okay.
If I had one.
Yeah.
That'll dry the place out.
I see a slight problem to your plan.
I've
So
got
this-
a grease spell. Can I insert the grease around the door frame?
It might have swollen too much for that. Shall we check this door, Siren and Maelin?
Oh, I'm interested in the skull on the mantelpiece.
It's not a skull. It just appeared that the mold hair looked like a grinning skull, but you decided that it wasn't. It's just an unfortunate pattern of the mold.
Right.
I come running back down and say, "What about the skull?"
There is no crystal skull in here.
Oh my God, there are lines going everywhere on my screen.
It's because it's a dancing parlour. We were dancing.
I have to have a direct eye line down through that door in case I need to shoot.
You've given up on the piano, have you, Siren? You didn't.
I'll come back to it.
See if it's in key, in tune.
I will go over and
I
play
wouldn't know
a
what he
song on the piano, being a master musician.
Do you have perform piano?
I think I get to perform all instruments. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
No.
While he's deciding what song to sing, I
I
shall
know
try
what
to
song.
open
It's
the door.
Maelwyn's song.
Well, I do actually want to know whether he presses any keys or not.
Oh, we're definitely going to do that after you told me that.
Okay, as you walk towards the door and Thaven comes in, he sees the piano and he goes, "Ah, excellent, perfect timing to practice a rousing chorus of Maywin's pants." And he
Yes.
starts pressing some of the chords, the keys. Everybody give me a perception. Oh, God, no. Yeah, give me a perception check. This is ridiculous, but... Oh, I suppose it's not actually all that ridiculous. Okay. So... Siron, you hit a couple... not Siron, Thaven, you hit a couple of the keys. One of them goes off fine, the other one's dull as if the piano's got something wrong with it. Arvin and Maewyn, you hear... just in the distance, as if sort of through the ethereal, or straight out of the ethereal plains, you hear song play as if it's some kind of dance recital or some kind of grand affair at an opera or something like that. But it begins to fade away. As you do, though, you suddenly see Siron essentially picked up off the ground, and he lashes out with his hand extended in his hand as if he's placed his hand upon the waist of a dance partner, and he starts twirling around the dance floor. Siron, I'm about to type something sneaky to you.
Excellent.
Ah! What? No.
Stop whispering.
He scared the heck out of me. Right.
Right. So let's drop that to there. So that should have come through to you now, Siron. I will also point out
Ah. My dear, why didn't we dance earlier?
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbuster.
Oh, another one, for pity's sake.
Okay, so yes, you guys, you see sort of like Siron, you hear him say what he says as he seems to start whirling about the dance floor. He appears to be in dance.
And entranced.
With a partner, but there is absolutely nothing that you can see apart from that.
I say, Thaven, take your hands off the piano now.
Thaven had only touched a couple of keys, by the way, as he sort of like was just trying. You know,
Don't touch anymore.
I don't like your attitude.
Okay, so we
So is the music still playing or not?
No, it was just sort of like a faint music that just faded away to you. You can hear no music at all. You can still hear the reverberations, perhaps, of the key that did work for the Thaven, but no sort of real music going on. Okay.
I'll grab Sauron by the shoulders and give him a shake and go, Sauron.
Okay, you attempt to catch him as he dances about the room. Okay, I'm going to need a combat tracker. Just so we travel through, just so we, you know, how do I get rid of all the hostiles?
I will generally start a detection of evil once there's a chance, Mr. Game Master.
You're detecting evil? Oh, no, okay.
I'm detecting beauty.
I'm getting my scorecards out for his dance routine.
Ask if anybody else heard the distant music, the distant song play.
Okay, you asked that. Let's just put this through a rest. Short rest. Okay, now everybody roll initiative for me, pretty please. Just so I can know when things happen. Okay, Moen rushes out and attempts to grasp Siron. Now, take it you're going to attempt to sort of, that's definitely a grapple attempt, so give me a combat maneuver bonus check, please.
Give you a what? Sorry.
CMV check.
Okay, hang on.
I sharply turn to Moen and say, no cutting in.
You don't, you're totally focused. She doesn't grasp you anyway, you just feel sort of like as if something was just trying to touch you, but you didn't quite get to it. Now, Siron, what are you doing?
I'm dancing like
So-
there's no tomorrow.
You're just going to dance? You're going with it?
I don't know any different.
Okay, I'll need to send you another message. So, also had a roll, okay.
Doesn't telling us you're sending him a message kind of
You have no
Oh,
idea
no.
what the message is?
spoil the whole effect?
No.
It only adds to it the fact that we know that something's going on.
Yeah, I think we should kill him.
You use your eyeballs. Do you have to see to be a good cleric?
Sorry?
Do you have to see to be a really good cleric?
Well, I don't know. He's got the cure blindness now, so
No,
he
I
can
don't.
block out anyone's eyes and fix them.
Oh.
Just pluck your own eyes out, Mayo, and
Oh, damn. Oops.
it'll fix them.
Oops.
Oh no! Don't look.
Oh, King. Oh, whoops.
What the?
Shit.
Everyone's got.
Everything disappeared.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right.
That's
I read the message. I understand.
Okay.
I'm
good.
taking the appropriate action.
Excellent, thank you. Righto, Arvin, you start to detect evil in the room.
do.
Um,
I'll
and-
be focusing on the space where the invisible dance partner might be.
Okay, you focus directly on the stance, but you sort of bring your attunement into line, and although you expect to see something in the arms of Siron, what you get is a wash with the flavour of evil from the entirety of this room. It is deeply evil and quite strong.
Okay, so there's no capacity to identify a single aura. It's all just like a wash.
It is. It's completely a wash. This room is filled with a horrible, vengeful evil.
Okay, I shall report that to my colleagues. I sense an evil presence here. It occupies the whole of this space.
Who's echoing?
Not me.
Okay. Let's go through a muting test. Although I didn't echo at all then. So, all good. Righto, so Arvin announces that he detects a horrible evil within this room. Faven.
I have a bardic ability called Countersong, which is, allows me to counter any magic spell that is based on sound other than verbal ones, but any musical or other type of sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the echo now.
Yep.
Does that seem like it might, with my understanding of sound and magic, does that seem like a possibility?
The problem with that, as you sort of go for that sort of idea, is that you can't hear anything. There is no sound.
True, but the effect of Countersong is to give him an alternative save throw based on my perform.
Okay.
So if I do that, and he were to get a save throw, which I don't even know if he will, he can choose to use the higher of whatever he rolls or whatever I roll. All right, so I'll try that just for a little while. So I make a performance, just to see if it works. All right, skills. So performance, sing. So if he wishes, if he gets a save throw and it's less than that, he can use that instead.
Okay. No worries. Back to Maelin. What are you doing, Maelin?
I'll try to grapple it, or grab him again.
Okay, go give me another CMB check. Okay, you grapple him. Okay. So you hold on to him, but he continues to sort of dance. Siron, you feel somebody grabbing at you. What are you doing?
Of course, I'm saying to him,
What are you saying?
Sauron.
Sorry, I can feel that.
Yep.
I'm in the. Somebody's attempting to cut in. I desperately kick at the person who's attempting to cut in on my dancing.
So are you attempting to break the grapple?
I will attempt to break the grapple.
You are feeling this sapping of strength, you realise.
Okay.
If you want to get out of this, you can attempt to try and get out of it.
All right.
So you had that choice.
Is it a will save to try and disbelieve what I'm seeing in front of me?
It's a will save to be free of what's happening.
Yep.
Okay, so do you want to go out of that?
She's so pretty. She really is so pretty, and I haven't had a dance partner in a good week. It's really upsetting.
I'm an expert dancer.
I'd rather not be kicked.
I'm going to make an attempt at a will save to disbelieve what's going on.
Okay, so are you going to use a will save, or are you going to Safer, what's the name of this power thing that you've got?
Countersong. He can still roll his will save, and then he can choose either my roll or his roll.
Okay, we'll go for a will save, and we'll see how we go from there.
All right. Okay, we'll go for a will save.
I got a 20. 26.
Ooh. I'd go with 26.
Me too.
So you're going to take the 26?
I will take the 26.
Okay. As you sort of your natural willpower starts to show through, you begin to fight against this. I'll send you another message. Just what you see as this happens, because this
All right.
this will add interest for you. That on you. Okay, you break free, and the visage ahead of you, sort of like a long, haunting look she gives you as she fades away from you. You feel horribly fatigued as you come out of this, and in fact, you are gaining the fatigued effect.
Alrighty. Has it taken my turn?
Yes, but we're breaking out of initiative now. We don't need initiative anymore.
Okay.
As the residual evil around you, Arvin, seems to wash away all of a sudden.
All right. Brother Siron, what happened?
You just, oh no, the fatigue has persisted through the short rest. That's okay.
Yes, fatigue.
This vision of a dark-haired Varisian beauty whisked me into the most wonderful dance. I could see her bursting to life, and as I managed, thank you, Maywin, to overcome this vision, I saw that she appeared to be a woman who had been strangled or choked or hung from somewhere. However, I'm feeling that my worldly possessions are completely weighing me down at this point in time.
I'm just
Can you
popping
stand?
I shall in
into
time.
the chat what fatigue means to you.
Then I won't let go of my grapple.
Oh, you
There is still a horrible echo in here, so we're going to have to work out who it is. So everybody mute themselves apart from James.
Muting.
I'm about to mute you, Libby, just so we can do this.
Oh, I thought I did. Sorry.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, hang on. I just need to talk, and yeah, I'm not getting the feedback through you. So James, can you mute yourself? And Kevin, can you unmute yourself? Thank you, Kevin. And I'm still not hearing myself through you, so you mute yourself, and Libby, unmute yourself.
I thought I was muted when I coughed. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just trying to work out whether it's coming from your end. Doesn't appear to be. So mute yourself, Matt. Unmute you.
Yep, I'm on.
Okay. Libby has muted herself. Excellent. Well, the mute test proves that absolutely nobody's giving me feedback.
Very good.
Awesome. Okay, but I got it then, so I think it must be. Oh, but Libby came on.
You came on. Good, it wasn't me.
Okay. Going again. All right, mute yourself again, Matt. Libby, unmute yourself, but don't say anything. Righto, I'm checking. Yeah, it's you, Libby.
Hang up and redo.
Yeah, hang up the hangout and redo. Don't leave the fantasy grounds. Just the hangout. I'll send you a new invite.
Okay.
Sorry, people on the internet. This happens.
So, are you permanently weak?
Fatigue character can neither run nor charge and takes a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes the fatigue character to become exhausted. After 8 hours of complete rest, fatigue characters are no longer fatigued.
Brother Siron, you seem fatigued. Let me lay hands on you. You are now no longer fatigued.
Ah, you turd. Bloody paladins and their mercies. Excellent. Righto, so you're back with us, Libby?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's what happened. So, yes, back to the role-playing
Let's go
side
through
of
the
things.
door.
Well, did anybody actually get a description from Matt about what went on? From Siron?
He did start telling us that he saw someone who was A pretty lady who then appeared to have been strangled or something.
Okay, all good. I didn't hear that bit. I was too distracted. Oh, good. So what are you doing?
There we go. Oh, here we go. I was giving a long diatribe about it and realised that I was still muted. Anyway, we danced and she appeared to be gaining strength and health again. And when I fought her off, she appeared to be a woman who has been strangled or murdered, and either by hanging or some other form of asphyxiation. Something
What did
bad
she-
has happened here.
Did
What
we
did
ever,
she look like?
yeah,
Oh.
did we ever hear a rumor about the madness this mansion?
Well, you didn't really go looking for rumours and stuff like that. You just came straight
Oh.
here.
Any strange history of the place?
You'd need to ask around in town for that sort of stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, you can give me a knowledge local check to see if you did sort of pick up anything.
Well, if you're going to be like that,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
local. Knowledge local.
I'm gonna be like that. It's called like being like a game master.
Would you recognise this woman if you saw her again in manners like this? There's often portraits up.
I think that I would. This dark-haired Varisian beauty.
He says as he's trying to hide his cod piece.
Half his class.
Haven't had a dancing partner like that in more than a week.
Not the one.
Can you stand now?
Yes, his paladin friend seemed to perk him right up. There was a laying on
I'll
of hands, and he stood right up.
I'll ungrapple him then.
Yeah. You gonna give me a knowledge local check, Kevin?
No, I don't have knowledge local. I don't get the generic knowledge one until 5th level.
I thought bards could check any knowledge skill.
No, not till 5th level.
Okay.
Golds
Okay,
can
I've got a
check any
flying cold. I'll
knowledge.
be back in a couple of minutes.
I'm like 100% certain bards get that from get-go. Didn't I prove this to you a couple of weeks ago?
No. No, not well versed. Lawmaster. At 5th level, Bard becomes a master of law and can take 10 on any knowledge skill check he has ranks in.
Yeah.
That's
Bardic knowledge, first level. A bard adds half his class level, minimum 1, to all knowledge skill checks and may make all knowledge skill checks untrained.
Where's that?
Level 1 bardic knowledge. First power.
Wow.
the whole point of being a bard.
Well, it's a small section in amongst many. I've got a brain injury.
I love it.
Make all knowledge skill checks untrained. So that won't be with any levels. So
You add half your level.
Half your
And
no, I don't have any skill points in local knowledge, so I get half my level.
half your class level added to the test.
That's right. Well, I'm just trying to work out. I don't know how to roll that because I don't have a blank entry with no modifiers. So
Okay, you just roll a d20 and add half your level, plus any intelligence skill, intelligence bonus.
that's exactly what I was saying, and nobody wanted to listen to me.
You
Oh,
can
half my intelligence bonus. Hang on, how am I smart?
I was listening to you, and then I helped you.
That's half.
You could just make an intelligence check and add half your level. If
There
you're
you go.
level 5,
Why didn't you just say that? That would have
you'll
made
be
things so
two.
much easier.
Okay, 12. So you have heard something about Foxglove Manor. You picked it up around, you might have asked after you sort of spent a bit of time at Alden Foxglove. You determined that Foxglove Manor is over 80 years of age and has been... well, actually, no. I'll be nice and I'll just copy this in and you can share what you want of it.
Oh.
Because that's how we roll. So, there you go. That's what you know.
That's what I know, everyone.
You turd.
Wow, it sounds like you are reciting that from a book. You are so knowledgeable.
That's right. Well, when you've got a brain injury, you've got to do the best you can. Some sort of tragedy struck the family a few decades ago. Yeah, so he probably went mad and killed his wife, or his daughter, or both.
Everybody.
Let's open the door.
Yes, let's.
Okay, so Thaven, are you yon one that is attempting to open this door?
No. The paladin's in place. He can.
Oh,
Open
sorry.
the door.
Sorry, I thought, yeah, did mean the paladin.
Okay.
Arvin. So you try the
Arvin.
handle, you find that it opens, and with a slight sucky poppy noise, it swings open. Okay, this is a simple washroom. You can see that the wash tub that is in here that stands to the north, there's a ring of mildew crusting its inner surface, and you can hear some strange furtive scratching coming from that wash tub itself.
Ooh.
Ew. All right.
Ew.
We'll move into the room.
Okay.
And I shall, presuming nothing else exciting happens.
Well, as you sort of move into the room, you hear the scratching sort of stop momentarily, but then becomes extremely fervent. You look down into the washroom. So give me an initiative roll, everybody, and
Oh,
you give me a perception check.
in addition to an
In
initiative
addition to an
roll.
initiative roll. This is neat. So let's look at, I'll roll initiative for. Oh no, it's Sauron back, isn't it? No. Oh, that was your perception check. I know.
Matt said he had to go and look after Will for a sec, I think.
Oh no, I was just going to roll his initiative for him, and then I saw a dice roll, and I thought he was back. Sauron. How do I roll initiative for this? Initiative. Is there initiative on the front page of your character sheet somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I see it. Very good. Okay. So, Arvin, as you walk in, you have a perception check. You see a singular rat, regular-sized rat, but you can see that it has pustules over it, and it's sort of like half of its face seems rotted away, and it seems extremely emaciated. And it's got these sort of like two massive long teeth that come down at the front, and two up the from the bottom jaw upwards, and it starts gnashing at you, and it seems to scrabble against the side of the wall as it tries to get up and over the bathtub at you. So essentially that's your turn done. Moen.
Does it have eyeballs?
It does have eyeballs. Although one of them seems milky white and possibly partly dissolved or gone. Not that you can see it at the moment. Moen.
Do I see it?
Not from where you are, no. It's at the bottom of a basin, wash basin. You can hear it scratching against the enamel bathtub, though.
Just hold my action.
Okay, hold your action. The rat attempts to climb out.
There is no rat.
Okay. Okay, Neo.
It's not on the combat tracker.
Oh. That's what I'm looking for. It needs to make a dexterity check. Dexterity check. Dexterity check.
Diseased rat.
Okay, it fails to crawl its way out of the wash basin as you see its little stunty legs really intently trying to get it up. I've already rolled your initiative, Siron. You got a 3.
Oh.
But it just scrabbles against the enamel, trying to get a handle in the muck that's inside it, but it doesn't get anything. Save it.
That's very sad. I'll run in there and stab it to death. Dirty, icky, horrible rat. You're the dirty rat that killed my brother. Where's it gone?
Right.
Oh, we've got to do targeting things. That's right. I remember this game now. There's a targeting module you should... Oh, no, I think that was just proper D&D. Did it actually target? Yeah, it did. Missed it. That'll be it.
Yeah, well, that's a nat 1 miss, so you need to roll again.
Oh, for God's sake. Where has it gone? Longsword.
Okay,
Missed again.
you rush in, and
Look at the progression. 1 and then 2. That's really good.
in your haste, you lash out and manage to cut yourself as you slip on the horrible mucky floor. Roll damage and apply it to yourself. So target yourself, roll damage.
Oh, man. Not what you meant to have happen.
Okay. Sauron.
It would be inappropriate for me to laugh. I go searching for pictures of the dancer, my dancing partner,
Okay, where are you searching for pictures?
above the mantelpiece,
Okay, then.
on the walls, above the piano.
I do believe the dancing parlour has no adornments at all, so probably not. Okay, well you give a scan. You turn around, looking to see if you can see any adornments or paintings, etc. There may be a frame, but the painting that was once in it has been ripped out.
Ah. So it's just an empty frame, is it?
Just well, it looks like it's got a backing to it. Maybe some moulder. You try and clean some of the stuff off, but there's just no painting underneath it.
All right. Can I look at the back of the frame?
Okay, maybe not. You can sort of pull the frame down. That's where we'll leave your turn.
All right.
Arvin.
All right. Well, I will firstly call out to Siron and to everyone else listening. But Siron, I'm concerned that this mold or something in this house is causing sickness in these creatures. Come and have a look at this rat. But then I'll put the rat out of its misery.
Okay, you hit the rat. Okay, the rat smooches all over the inside of the bath, and splays out. Shut up. Smooch is a word. Smushes. That's what I was after.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I actually have a picture of what the rat looked like. I just didn't transfer it across. I might do that.
There goes my heal check.
Okay, so radar file is. Oh, when I click on it, I mean to open it, you moron of a program. Go to 92. close. So what I may do is just go to your hangout, and I'm just going to share. Oh no, that's probably not a good idea. Okay. I need to just quickly fix this up and put him up. You can make a heal check if you want, if that's where you're going in. You pull down the frame and it doesn't have anything special written on the back of it or anything like that. So
Alright, I will make the heal check. Tell me, Rat, what did you die of? Oh, no, I can guess.
okay, file, create clipboard, export as. Let's call it something imaginative like rat disease. Export it into my pictures folder. Go over here.
Feeling the rat? How are you healing the rat?
He's not healing the rat. He's trying to determine what it died of.
Uh,
And I'll get to that in a moment. Oh, why didn't that
ghouls
work?
disease, isn't it?
No. Can we have a 5-minute break
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
while I fix that? So I'm just going to pause the internet, dudes, and then we'll take a 5-minute drink break. Okay, people, we're back from our drinks break, even though I didn't have a drink, but I've got a drink and a mandarin, so I'm good to go. Okay, so here's a picture of the rat. Where are we? Images and maps. No, good one, man. Rat diseased. So that would be that one there. Sharing the diseased rat now.
Ooh.
Oh, well, it didn't have any eyes to feed to the crow. This is terribly disappointing.
I think he might just have them scrunched up.
Oh, okay.
Good.
But I think one of them's wasted away.
I don't think I want to touch it to get it.
Alright,
To
so-
get the eyeballs. Ugh.
Was it alive? Was it an undead, diseased rat, or was it simply diseased?
Well, when you come to it, it's definitely dead.
Yes, but it wasn't undead
Who knows?
at the time it became deceased again.
It certainly seems to not be dead. It looks like it was alive at the time of its spushing.
At the time of its smushing.
Hang on, I need to work out where I can actually get a thing, because you did a fairly reasonable heal check, so I need to find out something. Certainly not from that page. Just trying to figure where I can get the details from. I've got the book next to me, I'll just look in the actual book. How about that? The hard copy.
Dum dum dum. Dead tree version.
Okay, what seems to be happening is there does seem to be some kind of degenerative disease that appears to be a virulent form of mold going through this rat.
Right. So, it's rather unfortunate I've already cast Remove Disease for the day, isn't it?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I start looking at my colleagues, start looking at my own hands where I've touched the mould, see if I can notice anything about myself.
Okay. You're looking for signs that you may have contracted some kind of disease?
Yep, signs of infection.
Okay, give me a heal check. Yes, not a good roll. You don't seem to feel that you're affected by this particular contagion in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, very good. All right. Was that a fireplace? It had a mantelpiece in the last room.
Yes, yeah, yep.
Was there any dry wood outside?
There was certainly, outside where it's raining.
Is it raining now, is it?
Yeah, well, there were sort of like sleety, hangy, sort of horrible. It's like a regular day in Tasmania, actually. Or New
Okay.
Zealand.
Was there dry wood in the fireplace?
No.
Could I make kindling out of the frame that has had the picture pulled off it?
You can attempt to. It's got sort of like fungus across it and stuff like that. And signs of mould and a bit slimy to the touch in various areas, but you could probably make some kindling.
Okay, all right.
With a good survival roll.
Yes, I was afraid you were going to say that. I think we should warm this house up as best we can without just setting fire to it entirely. Anyone able to set a fire in this hearth?
I should be able to. Sounds
I
like a
found
great
this
idea.
frame. It appears to be
Is there any
useless
wood
now.
there? Is there any wood around in this house? I'll go outside and get some.
Yep, well, I found this frame. It should be good for some kindling.
All right.
Outside is quite wet.
Well, I'll build a fire and see what I can do.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Okay. You get a slow mouldering sort of fire begin to occur with the frame. It's certainly not going to extensively warm up.
Anything on that piano we can get off and burn?
The piano is fairly extensively covered by this mould and stuff, but you could possibly burn portions of it if you want to destroy the beautiful grand old piano.
Well, if we need it, do we need a bigger fire salon? And what for?
Maybe we should just spend as little time here as possible.
Well, that's a short-term way of looking at things. Yes, I suppose that's one way, Arlen. Yes.
Okay. Papen appears to be disinterested in the conversation and he rushes off down the corridor.
I'm going to open this door and scare the bejesus out of him.
Okay. You attempt to open it, you're going to need to put some strength into it.
Yep. Strength check.
Okay, the door does indeed pop open just as Thaven reaches it.
Oh, please roll something to let us know if it hits him in the face as it opens outward.
It swings inward.
Excellent. Well, shall we move on?
Oh, damn, all my sarcastic comments were lost there because I was muted.
I shall move to this next door.
I'm right behind you, big guy.
That's what I was afraid of. All right, let's try another door.
Okay. You work upon the door, try its handle, and find it opens. And as you try and open it again, there's sort of like it's stuck in the frame, but not so terribly that you can't open it, and the door swings open. So let me.
So what are you telling us, Sauron, to try and not breathe as much?
Yes, to try and not get infected or have open wounds that this mold can apply to.
Paladins are immune to disease.
At a certain level.
Yeah.
Right, so this dusty room features a long couch caked with white sheets of wispy fungus. Eddies of dust skitter along the warped floorboards, as if caught up by a slight breeze, yet no wind is noticeable in the air. Arvin and Thaven, give me perception tests. Okay. Arvin, you notice nothing in particular, Thaven, but Arvin, you notice that this dust that seems to be moving in the wind, it's unnatural. It's not like there are no drafts in here whatsoever that you can detect, and it looks as if there is something or somebody or some energy walking backwards and forwards in front of the fireplace.
I'll point it out to Thaven and say, and again try and detect whether there's an evil presence here. But I'll point out and say, looks like something is pacing up and down. The rumours of haunting seem to be true.
Okay, as you do that and you try and detect evil, you detect nothing at this point in time.
Okay.
I throw a detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic and spray it out across the room. You only get detections from the magical items that you or your companions are carrying.
Scumbags. Maybe we should smash a window and let some fresh air in.
I call out to the room. Spirits of Foxglove Manor, can you hear me?
I love that the echo's giving a haunting feel to this.
Yes, we can.
Okay, you call that out, and the emptiness fills the room. Give me a perception check, of course.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also clearly note this path of dust being disturbed. It basically walks up almost directly to where you are and then turns and walks pacing backwards in front of the fireplace, but nothing else there is no words or nothing else that sort of occurs.
Are there any portraits in this room?
No.
Why do I not have the consecrate spell?
Damn. Why don't you? Do we want to search through this room at all anymore, or move on? I'm concerned about how much time we spend amongst these spores.
Do we want to smash any windows to open it up?
Well,
We've got the doors open to the house from the other end. If we find
a back door.
a back door, we might open up that. Let's not smash the windows at this stage.
Let's get back then. Keep moving. Gung ho.
All right, we'll open this next door then, please, Mr. GM.
Oh, is there a door down there?
Yeah, I'm standing in front of it.
Okay, so you don't explore any further into the room. That's all you're doing.
For now, yeah.
Oh, sorry, what's in this room?
Well,
What else is in there?
Well, there's a ghost in there walking between the ghosts. You could walk in front of the ghost and have him walk through you.
The description is in chat.
Oh,
This dusty room features a long couch caked with
Yeah.
white shifts,
that's what I thought.
wispy fungus, eddies of dust skitter along the warped floorboards as if caught by a slight breeze. Yet no wind is noticeable in the air. Both Cyron and Arvin have pointed out the obvious disturbance that is occurring before the fireplace. I'm happy for you to move on. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm happy to move on. I'm very keen not to stay here longer than necessary, and I didn't detect any evil here.
No.
And there's no magic loot either, so let's go.
I'll look at the couch. Does it look like anybody sat in that couch for a while?
Okay. No, there's
I'm just noting that it's caked with white sheets of fungi whispers. If it was obvious that somebody's been there and there's a differing level of white wispy fungus on it, that might indicate that recent disturbance.
Yeah, no. There is no signs that anybody's sat on that couch for a very long time.
And is that a mantelpiece opposite the couch, or another fireplace?
There is a
He's
fireplace.
obsessed with mantelpieces.
Yes.
I'm again looking for art.
There is no art above it.
Okay. All right, I'm content to leave the room.
Okay.
Open door.
Open door. Okay, Arvin, you swing open the doorway. Again, it's slightly hard to open, but you manage it somehow, and you step out into a resplendent room.
Yeah. Slight error there, and that wasn't revealed when we walked down there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I did point out that area was sort of there. Okay.
But I walked sort of past the hallway.
Yeah. It's quite dim light, which is why I only sort of covered a certain area of it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to need to do two portions, and I'm going to do this room, the front room first, where most of you walk down into the area. Okay, a mahogany table surrounded by chairs sits in this room. Twin fireplaces loom to the west, whilst to the east stained glass windows obscure what could have been a breathtaking view of the Lost Coast. Each window depicts a monster rising out of smoke. Look, I'm going to have to find out who's echoing, because it's completely driving me to distraction again.
Probably me.
Oh, okay. And Libby's gone again. And it's not echoing. So...
Did she get headphones, or was she going to get headphones?
I have no idea.
What
Okay.
happened to Tom?
Tom works on Sunday nights.
No. He does? What sort of a crazy person works Sunday night?
He has odd working habits, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this now. Right, a mahogany table surrounded by chairs sits in this room. Twin fireplaces loom to the west, whilst to the east, stained glass windows obscure what should have been a breathtaking view of the lost coast. Each window depicts a monster rising out of smoke pouring from a seven-sided box. From north to south are depicted a gnarled tree with an enraged face, an immense hook-beaked bird with sky blue and gold plumage, a winged centaur-like creature with a lion's lower body and a snarling woman's upper torso, and a deep blue squid-like creature with evil red eyes. That's going into chat in case you want to look at it before. Now, as Maelwyn sort of went the long way and came back through into this room, where you're standing, Maelwyn, the description is different. You see hanging from the wall a rather gruesome antique. It appears to be a mummified monkey head hanging on the northern wall. Here, its tiny mouth is gaping open as if it's screaming, and you can see that a rope or a bell pull extends from this monkey's gaping mouth. A ratty throw rug partially obscures what appears to be a foul stain of dark colour on the floor. So that's what we've got happening in both the different areas.
Hang on. So have we got, was it 7 vices?
I just read something you sent.
And we've got 7 windows.
7-sided box. 7 is a bad number.
7 is the bad number. 7-sided box, 7 windows,
I didn't say 7 windows.
7 monsters.
There are 4 monsters.
Each window depicts a monster rising out of the smoke pouring from a 7-sided box. Gnarled tree, bird,
You can see that
centaur,
there are
snarling woman, and a deep blue squid. Like they've got 5 monsters. at least.
One, I count 4.
4 windows,
Null
4
tree.
monsters.
Immense hook-beaked bird, winged centaur-like creature with a lion's body and a snarling woman's upper torso, and a deep blue squid-like creature with evil red eyes.
Yep. No, I follow you.
So where was the thing that Maelwyn saw where she's standing?
Yes.
Hey guys, there's a bell pull here coming out of a monkey's mouth.
Awesome.
Foul stain of dark-coloured mould on the floor. Different type of mould from that which we've seen everywhere else.
It
More
seems a lot.
concentrated or more
Seems a lot
pervasive?
darker or whatnot. Are you going to go over and have a look at it, or
With a 10-foot spear.
pull the rug up?
It'll be yellow mould or something like that, I betcha. Or brown mould.
All right. And aside from the box and the windows, there's no portraits or paintings over these mantelpieces or anything like that?
No portraits or
No
whatnot.
kindling in the fire ready to light?
No, it's just a large table and whatnot in here though. Mahogany, you could burn that if you wanted. Or break up some chairs and burn them if you want to get a fire going.
Depends on how long we plan on being here.
What are you doing, Maelwyn?
I'm just telling them about this bell pull coming out of the monkey. Guess I'll walk up here and check these doors.
Okay, so you're not worried about the stain underneath the rug you're walking on?
Oh, I'm not. Well, okay, I'll look at that.
So you're going to peel the rug up and have a look at the stain?
Do I have gloves on?
Well, you could do it with your tip of your bow or an arrow or something like that if you're worried about getting stuff on your hands.
Yeah, I'll use my sword or something.
Okay, so you peel back the rug and you see that it is a large circular stain. Give me a perception check as you look at it. Okay. You look down and you see that the stain itself almost has a pattern, and as you glare at it for just a little bit longer, you realise that it is actually a pattern. It appears to be a bird's eye view of a spiralling staircase descending downwards, and you note that each step of this staircase is littered with skulls and bones. And it's made out of mould. It's quite pretty.
A mouldy staircase leading down.
Tell everybody what I see and drop the rug.
Okay.
And then I'll go check these doors.
Okay, so what's going on back in the other room?
I'm going to check out the other door.
Okay.
I'm going to look at the view.
You can't see out there. It's stained glass. It
Yes,
actually
but
it
it's
actually
like wearing rose-coloured glasses. Sure.
no, it blocks your view. It's like that really sort of solidy type glass that takes illumination and puts the colour on the ground, but you just can't see out of it.
All right. Okay.
See, this shape, Siren, reminds me like an altar or something like that. Church with stained glass windows out the back.
Hmm.
Thaven, you try the handle and the door clicks open.
Oh, goodness. Let's have a peekaboo.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the first door you've had success with.
You detecting any evil in here, Brother Ivan?
I shall detect evil when my turn comes around.
There is evil everywhere.
Especially whenever you travel with Arvin and Siren.
Definitely.
Or did I mean to say Thaven? I'm not sure. Okay, so Arvin, you detect evil at the request of your companion and detect none inside this particular room. Thaven disappears into a door that he has opened to the south. Maewyn, which door are you testing, the north or the south door?
North.
Okay. You open up the north door. It's quite sort of stuck, but you manage to get it open regardless, and it opens into a set of stairs that head downward.
Oh. Who wants to
Right,
bet the other side goes up?
Thaven. You walk into a room that is clearly a library. This library features two chairs, one of which lays on its side before a stone fireplace. A scarf, its reds and golds contrasting with the drab palette of the room, is draped over the side of the fallen chair. A book sits face down on the floor between the chairs. A stone bookend, carved to look like a praying angel with butterfly wings, lies on its side in the fireplace itself.
Where's the... Can I see the other end of the bookend?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, stop, keep spoiling everything by saying that.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn.
Let's see what that gets you. Okay, you do see the other end of a bookend, and it's actually on one of the shelves right near the door that you've entered. You can see that you can even see where the books have fallen over, where this particular bookend has been grabbed. You also note that the bookend that's lying in the fireplace has a broken wing. One of its wings is missing, and you note that. Yeah, no, you just note that there is a broken portion of this wing laying on the ground.
So all the bits are there, just that's broken.
Yeah, the wing's not the whatever wherever the wing is, it's not in this room. it would be a sizable chunk of one of the angel's wings is completely missing.
Yeah, and it's not in the fireplace in amongst the soot with the bookend itself?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll put the bookend back up on the shelf where it should belong.
Mhm.
And then somebody else can do something.
What are the people towards or what are Arvin and Siron doing?
Well, as I was saying before, I feel like this shape looks like a church to me, and so with stained glass windows behind an altar. So I was going to examine the windows to see whether they have any particular religious significance or anything that I can be aware of.
Okay. You look at it from a religious standpoint, and can't make head nor tails of it. Should somebody have an arcane idea? Looks more arcane to you, not religious.
I'll say it's kind of religious, kind of the shape's religious, but these look more arcane to me.
Yes,
Muttering to myself,
yes,
so people can hear me.
yes. Very good. What are you doing, Siron?
I'm following Faven the Dancer into the library.
Okay, well, okay, you do that. So you can see this same thing. You can see the chairs overturned. You can see the scarf on the chair right near you. Awesome. Is there any...
Is a scarf covered in mould?
Okay, you move towards the scarf. It's bright. It's colourful. This thing seems to be untouched by mould. It seems to attract your attention.
Yep.
Like you know, it just stands out, and you move immediately to
Moth
it.
to a flame, off I go.
Okay. Right. So, I would like Thaven and Siron to give me a perception check.
I keep saying that. Oh, diggity!
You're on fire. Okay, Thaven, you're sort of looking through, and you can see as young Siron enters the room. He seems to be focused on the scarf in particular, and you look down at it and you notice that the tip of the scarf twitches a couple of times, and then immediately the scarf rises into the air and wraps
Stab
it.
Rises into the air and does what?
It gets a surprise round, so you don't get the opportunity to grab it.
Oh, dear me.
It's going to strangle someone.
You see the scarf flies up and just wraps itself around Siron's throat. Okay, so...
Oh, dear me.
Right, I'm about to send you some private text again, Matt.
Yep, sure.
Don't worry, I'll burn it off.
Now, there's something else that I have to add to this. So this is something that you say.
Something to be said for hanging back.
Oh,
Don't worry, Ivan, I'll be out there in a minute for that knowledge arcana check.
just as soon as I get Siren out of the way of the door, you say.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Although I expect him to be staggering all over the place shortly.
I want you to make a fortitude save for me while I'm doing this also, please. Matt.
Alrighty.
Is the echo back?
No, the echo's fine at the moment.
I never can hear it.
Are you using earplugs or headphones, Libby?
I'm not.
Okay, so we're going to drop that on. Right. Okay. Right, so you see this scarf leap up, wraps itself around Cyron's throat. Cyron's eyes go wide, and suddenly he seems to almost diminish in himself as he looks at something scared to his side. You can see him physically looking at something, and then he collapses. Where's my... and like literally collapses onto the ground as he begins to die. Okay. Roll initiative.
I would, but it seems redundant.
No, I need you to roll initiative. Just to
If
find
his
out
eyes pop out, make sure we get them for the crow.
just to find out when you have to roll your death saving throw.
That was not a good time to roll high initiative.
Maywin?
We do too? I didn't know
Yeah.
if we...
Yeah, roll it. You're going to hear a thump, and then I'm fairly certain that Thaven's going to be noisy and whatnot. Okay, Sauron. Oh, hang on. Let's snip into it. I think I just click down and it automatically rolls, doesn't it?
I do not know.
Yeah, it does. So you continue to die. You see Sauron collapses to the ground, and as he does, this scarf just falls away from his neck and lands on the ground. Maywin, you hear the sound of one of your companions hitting the ground.
I didn't do it.
I'll rush over there. Rush over there.
He's choking me. He's choking me.
I just love the idea that Maywin runs around the corner and Thaven's going, I didn't do it. Okay, are you moving yourself then to the doorway?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that particular scene. There is an overturned chair. Sauron is obviously laying unconscious on the ground with marks as if he has been strangled via a scarf. A scarf lays next to him, and Thaven stands over him.
Now, if you'd been doing this properly, Mark, you would have had the scarf jump from his throat into my hands.
Well, you know, if I'd been doing it properly, it would have been exactly as I've done it.
I'll reach in my pack for my potion of cure moderate wounds and look at Thaven like, what have you done?
Oh, typical.
Arvin,
Is there any room for me to get in there?
you can always move through friendly spaces.
All right, well, I will come in and I will move to here and we'll ask Thaven what happened.
He's choking me.
You're dead. You're not saying anything.
Thaven.
Oh my God, the scarf jumped up like it was alive and attacked around his throat. And it had a pointy bit at one end, so maybe we can check for poison injection points because it happened so quickly. It couldn't possibly have choked him to death. And it wasn't me. Hang on, that's not all I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do an action I'm thinking of too.
Okay.
Looking at what available. So is blood looking out of his neck or
No.
anything? 'Cause
No?
he just looks like he's.
He has massive bruising around his neck as if somebody strangled him with a scarf.
Righto. I will throw a heal spell on him then. Cure light wounds.
Okay.
Just to see if it has any effect whatsoever.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Righto, well, you see Siron's eyes open up.
I saved his life! Yes! Now he's in debt to me.
Okay, so we'll leap out of initiative then, as you can see Siron's eyes open up, and you can roleplay it from there.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Well, having heard what Thaven has said and seeing the scarf, I'll take out this masterwork dog slicer that I've been carrying around for no apparent reason, and I shall pin that scarf to the floor.
Okay. You do precisely that. You drive your dog slicer into the scarf. It doesn't move or react in any way, shape, or form other than, you've just pushed it to the ground, so it becomes a little bit taut where you pinned it.
Siren can, if I offer him the Cure Moderate Wounds potion, he can take it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll offer him that.
By the way, Siron, you are now back to yourself,
Okay, very good.
but you do recall what happened.
Cure Moderate.
Yes, you recall that Thaven the dancer saved your life, and I'll go spin around the room in a happy dance.
You
I
don't,
do
you
not
don't
recall
recall
that
that at all.
That's right, I'm going to write a song about it.
Do you take the potion?
Oh, yes. I'm very thirsty.
Okay, so
I don't know what you're
It's
supposed
like it's been a whole week since I've had a drink.
2d8 plus 3 for a medium potion. Mark it off, Libby.
I did.
Roll some dice, Matt.
2d8 plus 3, he says.
Yep.
Modifier 3. Is that 14? All right. So you apply that because I forgot to apply that as a.
All right, no worries. Done. You're on 22 damage.
All right. Right.
What's
Well, the ghost of this
happening
house seemed to be talking through me at this point in time. This was the house of Aldrin and Aisha.
Alden Foxglove is the guy you've met.
Yes.
Right.
Lord
Alden
Fox-
killed his wife here with that scarf. She was the one that I was dancing with.
With the scarf in the library.
With the scarf in the library, yes.
The scarf killer.
It did indeed.
And who created the scarf or gave it to her?
I didn't see everything. Give me a moment.
Oh.
How do you know it was Eldon Foxglove?
I saw him.
Right.
I had a vision as I was being choked to death by that very scarf.
And they were the.
Just remembered that Thaven was in the room with me when I was being choked to death. He was the only one who could have possibly exerted any pressure upon that scarf.
Actually, I will send you something else too that you remember about that moment. Because remember, you weren't you.
No, I was. Yes.
She and Eldon were the. Oh, who did you say they were?
Eldon and Aisha. Aisha being his wife. I felt her pain. I felt her terror.
What did you see him doing?
He was choking her with the scarf. I felt as if it was both happening to her and me at the same time.
Yikes.
Have you been having thoughts that you were Eldon?
No.
Hmm.
I'm going to check Siron's water flasks.
Yeah.
Something's warning us, telling us something.
What's the book on the floor you talked about?
Ah,
Why is it only telling the cleric?
I remember something about this. I saw Alden using a bookend in this room to smash it over one of the servants' heads who'd been looking at a book that was in this room.
Right.
Have you seen a bookend or a book that might have been
Well,
disturbed by the
yes.
place?
Yeah, I put the bookend up on the bookshelves and the book still lies on the floor.
That's the bookend.
It's missing a wing.
It's probably embedded in the servant's head still.
Where would the servant be?
What's the book about?
I don't know, but Alden was very upset that the worker was looking at it.
What's the title of it?
You
David?
see the book itself. The book was there, wasn't it?
Yes, on the ground.
The book itself appears to be some form of architectural, like a carpentry sort of a book about carpentry and skills with carpentry.
It hasn't got any seven-sided boxes in it,
No.
Oh,
or seven-pointed stars.
does it have mold all over it?
It's a bit sticky and there's mold damage to it, but it's not completely ruined.
It was only this scarf remained unmouldy.
Let's see, what can I put over my hands?
Throw detect magic. Is that scarf magical?
No.
No. All right. So while they're sitting around, I'll wander back into the temple room and check out, do a knowledge arcana survey on it.
I'll look look in the book and flip through it, see if there's anything in there.
Okay. Righto. Give me your knowledge arcana check, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a look at it, and it doesn't really mean anything to you.
The four images, they don't trigger any memories with me about symbolic creatures, or?
No. Oh, well, only if they do to you, but, you know, not particularly.
No. Okay.
Maya, when you have a look inside the book and have a flick through it, you do note that it's a book about carpentry, etc. But it's mainly about sort of structural repairing, those sorts of things, restorations and bits and pieces like that.
Nothing follows up.
That's all it is. And you also notice, as you flick through it, you find some dark stains on one of the pages, which was about restoring floorboards.
Then what the? Why in the world would he hit him on the head for looking at that?
Hey, Siron, how old was Alden Foxglove looking in this vision you had?
Ah, very good question.
He looked pretty much about the same age he did when you met him.
Okay.
So this is the Eldon Foxglove we met back in
Yep.
Sandpoint?
Yep.
Oh,
The one who's in love with you.
Yeah, I forgot his name was Eldon. Oh my god. Ooh.
But that disaster happened decades ago. Why hasn't he grown older?
Yeah, there's something funky about Foxglove.
Well, unless they've come back to the manor for some reason. But anyway.
A month ago.
Anyway, yes, well.
How could all this mold get on there in a month?
Because it's virulent.
Or it's enchanted.
Something.
Did you
So
find
I
anything
just
interesting in
said,
that
it's been
book,
a
Mel?
month.
No, it's a book on carpentry.
It's got to be something more than that. He was
Well, I was
quite
just thinking, book on carpentry, if they'd come back relatively recently, they might be wanting to do carpentry work to fix up this place.
Yeah, but he killed a servant who was reading the book on carpentry. Why would he get so angry because a servant was reading a book on carpentry?
Well, tell the person who was inhabiting Aisha here. Why was he so angry?
Where's the bookshelf?
Near the door.
I'll send you a message, Matt.
So what you saw in your vision was a long, long time ago, way more than a month.
I don't know how long it was. I don't know how long ago it was. All I know is what I saw. And I experienced as if it was happening now. I don't know when it occurred.
But our knowledge of local knowledge is that something happened several decades ago.
Yeah.
But that in his vision, Alden didn't look any older.
Yeah, so either he's not growing old for some reason, or it happened very recently.
Okay, all right.
Hang on, I've got something else coming.
Oh, he's your favourite. You always talk to him.
Okay, all right, yep. I was talking with the worker at the time when Alden attacked us. I didn't even know that he was in the room at the time. I think we should check this room. I think there might be a secret door here somewhere.
Well, there's a door.
Hang on,
Oh,
you got
I
the
can
wrong
do
end.
that.
You got the wrong end of that stick.
Ah, okay.
We can still check for a secret door.
He would have come through the door that you all entered through, and you were both facing towards the fireplace. He came in from behind you.
Oh, you were so engrossed with his male servant.
So there's not a secret door.
It's just love gone wrong.
Well, let's go see what's in this other door then. Hello?
Hang on.
The servant must be looking up how to repair the floorboard somewhere in the house. And Eldon was on a rampage, killing everybody.
I just looking. Obviously, Aisha was just looking for a man who knew how to work his wood.
Oh,
my God.
Even Kevin was
You
on.
had to go there.
Utterly tactless.
As they say in the southern United States, you ain't right. You ain't right.
All right. The impression that I got from Aisha was that she was not looking, that she did not have any amorous feelings towards the carpenter. We were just looking for ideas at restoring the place.
Let's go open another door.
Oh, was it you, Maywin, that wanted to be over by the door?
Yes.
I think you moved Sauron instead.
I had moved myself there, yes.
No, you moved Sauron. But anyway, you try the door. You feel the door handle move, but you're going to have to put some strength into it because it seems to be locked in place by the mold and the swelling. Give me a strength test.
Does that just roll your strength score?
Yeah.
Where do you, oh, there.
Okay, you push against the door, but it is. You find it too well wedged in place.
I'll stand back and say, Sauron?
Sauron, he'll kill himself.
No, look, I'll give it a go.
Not Sauron, excuse me, Arvon? Arvin?
Sauron's rushed across.
No, he's rushed across.
No, I meant Arvin.
And given it a love tap.
That's right. Hurt my shoulder in the process.
He's missed the door.
Anybody else having a crack?
Arvin, you gotta give it a go.
All right, fine. I'll move in and deal with the door. That's all I'm good for.
No.
This one's pretty stuck.
Well, how about we try the other door?
I haven't had a shot.
You have not.
I will try and force the door.
Okay, and it,
Yay!
Oh, what a man.
it sings.
Well, I've already got around to the other door, so I'm gonna try that one.
Alright, give me a strength check, no one.
Come on. Thank you.
They both open at the same time. Okay. Righto, you
If there's a big painting of a man or sitting on that stand over there on the left,
okay.
don't touch it or look at it.
Alright, fair enough. You walk into what appears to be a cozy little drawing room, a desk, a chair, a funny, probably looks like some kind of board where plans would be placed. The curtain is drawn across the window to the south.
Pull the curtain.
Okay. Give me a reflex save.
Oh, golly gosh. That's, oh, hang on. Reflex save. That's down there.
Big spider. Big spider get you.
Okay. You swing open the curtain, and you see what appears to be a dark-haired woman. Beautiful, dark, smouldering eyes. Her face is reflected back at you where your own personage should be. You quickly look to see if she's standing over behind you or something like that and look back, but the face is gone.
And that was in the window.
Yes.
Yeah. Is the sunlight coming through now?
Yes.
Yeah. So, from his description of the woman he thinks he was and danced with, was that the same woman?
He hasn't described it to you, has he?
Yeah, he said she had long brown hair, exquisitely beautiful.
Could be, because she was very, very nice looking.
Well, that woman in the window had black hair.
I think I'm going to review this bit. I'm not 100% certain, because they put that big 3 over it, and I'm not sure whether there's a door or whether it's an open staircase that goes up. So I'm going to say it's an open staircase that goes up.
I know where 2 is.
All right, well, you go number 2s then.
All right, moving to the room that Faven is in.
Well, do we want to go up or down? Let's go see what's in that little room, just in case.
Okay, I think Sauron just moved Arvin.
Oh. I tell Sauron that I saw a picture of that woman he spoke about in the window when I opened it.
Wasn't a picture.
Aisha.
She reacted to you.
Oh, well, an image of the woman.
Aisha. Is there any other sign of Aisha or Aldrin's presence in this room, in pictures, paintings, anything like that?
No.
Is there you said there was a drawing table. Is there any drawers in the table?
It's just a simple desk. There's what appears to be a dried up ink pot and a well worked quill.
Okay, but no writing implements, no books in this room, no records, no drawers.
There's a pile that may once have been paper, but it's turned to mush and has a large portion of the mould growing through it.
Okay, all right.
I'll
Okay.
open that doorway up there.
You're still not worrying about that that monkey head?
Not yet, unless somebody wants to pull the bell pull.
No.
That does not seem wise.
I don't think so either.
I'm keeping an eye out though for a broken wing.
Okay. I love how everybody else walks around, makes sure that they go through doors. Kevin, he just walks through walls.
What? I went through the door?
Vaguely. Right, I need to roll a dice.
Are those?
Okay, Maewyn, you swing open the handle. It's not locked, but it is equally set inside. You can see sort of mould all up and around the frame of this door. Appears to almost look like a spine, and it seems to have caught the door in place.
So it won't open, you're saying?
You can give it a strength test if you want to try and force it.
Oh, okay.
I could scrape all the mould off.
Didn't get that.
No, you didn't. You give it a push, and it seems to be really well stuck in place.
I'll stand back and say, Arvin?
Maybe you have to pull the monkey head.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, let me just go stand over
I'll look at that monkey
stand
head
over
really
here.
closely.
while you pull the monkey tail.
Let me
Okay.
really look at that monkey little close.
Arvin, has you reached the door there?
The monkey bites it.
Okay. Right, everybody give me a perception check.
Yeah, I hate that.
Perception.
Oh crap, that was a lot of dice rolls all at once.
Wow, Maewyn.
Maewyn and Thaven, you both get a strong whiff of burning hair. I mean, there's a real sort of solid smell to it. Arvin, you walk towards the door, but as you do, something catches your eye. You see the manticore further into the other room. Sorry, the lion.
Manticore!
The
Oi, no.
Valyrian lion.
Yeah, sorry, the lion that has been done up for a zoo. You see the creature suddenly turn into a creature of flame, and it turns towards you and rushes down the corridor at you. It throws itself towards you, breathing a gout of flame.
Ah! It's sliming me.
No one else is seeing this same image?
No. Although you do see Arvin's eyes open wide in fear.
Alright, well, I'll brace myself behind my shield.
Well,
Cacho.
that obviously means it's false because he would never show fear.
Okay. And then you see him catch a light.
Catch a lot.
Catch a light.
Catch
really?
a lot. Oh, then he turns on fire.
Immolation power.
As you take
Immolation.
10 points of fire damage. Give me a reflex save, Arvin.
That's not a good save for a paladin.
But you're a master paladin.
I am today.
Okay, you see Arvin throw himself sideways into the door. We'll say that's your strength check failed. And you see that he manages to sort of roll down onto the ground and the flames go out, not catching a light onto any of the flammable items upon you. You look up, Arvin, looking around for this flaming creature, but it is completely dissipated.
Whoa, did you guys see that?
No,
It caught fire.
Oh yeah,
But I'll
I
have-
saw that.
I'll have some of that stuff you're smoking.
And so the manticore body is still on its pedestal?
Correct.
Wow. Okay, well, maybe Siren's not so mad as I thought.
Or this mold is inducing hallucinogenic incidences.
Could be, if you're going to
Maybe
apply
we should pull
science.
the bell pull before we open the door.
Oh, for God's sake, somebody pull the bell pull.
Says Thaven, who has rushed to a position of some defensiveness.
Exactly.
Pull it down and toss him the bell pull.
So you drag down the monkey head.
Yep.
Okay. You pull the monkey head. It's just attached to the wall via a peg, and as you pull it down, the bell pull itself doesn't go through as a mechanism through the wall or anything, and you toss it over at Thaven's feet.
There you go. So bloody pull it yourself.
It's a nightmare.
I'll give it a go at the door again, unless Marvin wants to.
I'm going over to try the door a lot as well.
Okay, so you're leaving the poor old monkey head on the ground?
Yes, I kick it over toward Arvin.
You can't kick around corners, you're not bloody Beckham.
Oh, Sauron, then I'll kick it over to Sauron.
Okay, the monkey head rolls to your feet, Sauron. As Thaven kicks open the door in anger.
I knew it! I knew two was there!
And finds number 2.
Is it going down or up?
That one goes up. You can see by
Oh,
the...
one goes up?
Yep. No, 1 goes down,
Yeah.
2 goes up,
And 3 goes up.
3 goes up.
So, are we going to stop there or...
It's up to you. You can continue, and I was planning to go until 11.
Okay.
Okay. Up or down, fellows?
The red one.
Is that down? If it's down, I'm with that.
That's down.
Down.
He's down with it.
I'm color activated.
Oh my god, you guys are idiots. Okay, maps. Foxglove Manor.
Going
Okay.
down.
So, yeah. Don't worry about moving anymore. You're going to a new map.
Oh, okay.
I just have to work out where. Righto. So, number 1. So, we'll put you out of the room. As you head to the basement level. Even though it's called the Foxglove Manor upper map.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it may have more than one level on the same map.
Or there might be places down lower.
Maybe.
It's craw, not craw.
I'm almost there. I'm almost about to let you in. Who went first? I think it was Mo when ran down first.
No, it was actually me.
Okay.
Not me.
Alright, I've got a crying kid again. Back momentarily.
Righto. Okay. So, inside this room, there is a large oaken table. Its surface is covered with mouldy stains and rat droppings. Sitting in the centre of this large kitchen, shelves line the walls and an oversized fireplace dominates the northeastern portion of the room. The shelves in the southwestern wall are in much greater state of disarray, and two 1-foot wide cracks in the wall near the floor lead south into the earth beyond the basement walls.
Oh, so this looks like the kitchen for the manor, I suppose.
Well, if we're looking for dead servants, this might be a good place.
There's those rat droppings, though, so be careful of those diseased rats.
Well, which door shall we check?
Well,
Considering we're in the house, the shape of the house above,
Well,
let's go south.
I'm going to quickly check out the kitchen area.
Okay, so where are you having a search through the kitchen?
Well, you just moved me.
Okay, so you're there. You're having a look on cupboards and stuff like that. You can see, oh, these are actually shelves around the cupboards, etc. And cupboards. Oh god. Righto. So you have a look on shelves and through cupboards. You can see that there's a whole heap of clay and earthenware and stuff like that. Most of it's broken into horrible tiny little bits. You have a look in cupboards used to hold bits of dried food and stuff like that in this particular area. I'm talking about the 5 to 10 feet around you. Are you just pulling it out and just sort of putting your arm in and dragging it out onto the ground and having a look?
Yeah, just a cursory thing as I walk through the kitchen.
Okay. So
Looking for the obvious things.
So you sort of pushing things onto the floor and whatnot?
Yeah, may as well and make a racket.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you get around to where the oven is. So I'll just move you to where I want you to be. And you see you've opened up one of the cupboards right next to the oven. And you see that inside this particular cupboard is all the good silverware. I mean, this stuff is fancy, really impressive, highly detailed silverware, and your immediate sort of thought is, oh, that's gotta be worth a bit of pretty coin. As you do that, though, Arvin, who's more than likely tapping his foot, watching you deface the entire area, begins to note that rats start pouring through those cracks in the southern area, seeming to react to the loud noise.
rats!
Oh.
Dirty rats.
So,
Did you say southern area?
as you see,
Giant dirty rats.
they're not giant, that's a swarm of rats.
Swarm of rats. Good job.
As it begins to come peeling out and nice and fast into the area. Please roll initiative for me. Right. Everybody has rolled, so we will begin the combat. Um, I'm just looking up the details about swarms. Oh, that's so brilliantly didn't give it to me. Oh, okay. Right, swarms are Right, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, so rat swarm number 2. I'm just gonna make it disappear and appear again so I can see what it is. Comes squeaking out and it just moves into the space with Arvin and Maelwyn. And of course attacks. So let's target Maelwyn and Arvin. I don't know why it rolled attacks, I just got to roll damage. And it didn't add damage to either of them.
Probably
You targeted them.
Said it missed me.
I did have them targeted. And they can't miss. They just swarm over you and bite you. That's
Well,
the
it
thing.
says miss.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
they
haven't
can't
activated
miss.
the combat tracker.
Oh, haven't I?
No.
Oh, that worked though. Righto. Siron.
Okay. I point my finger at the direction of Rat Swarm 1. And I send.
Why'd you do 2? It's in front of us.
Why has Siren got 22 hit points? Why hasn't he healed himself?
I've been kind of a little bit busy. Alright.
You have?
Ooh, that's 20 with a fireball.
With a fireball.
I don't know why
You
you
know
did.
that's got 20-foot radius.
Yeah. So I'm shooting it over here.
Okay, I'm about to draw a 20-foot radius for you.
On here. Shot goes all the way over to here.
Yeah? So it's going to get... Oh, just not you? You're okay with that? Arvin and Maelwyn are in the middle of it?
I apologise. I apologise, lad.
today.
Easy
I'm
not to ask.
feeling a little chilly.
Righto. So we'll add Rat Swarm 2. We'll also add Maelwyn. And we'll also add Arvin. Right, we need some...
Reflex saves or something, don't we?
Yeah, reflex. So
DC 17 reflex save.
you don't actually need to make an attack. It's just reflex saves. What's the DC?
DC 17.
17. Righto. Reflex. That's Rat Swarm number 2. Failed. Rat Swarm number 1. Failed. So they take full damage. So Maelwyn and Arvin, you need to give me reflex saves. Maelwyn failed. And Arvin succeeded. So he takes half damage.
I've learned how to drop and roll during the course of tonight.
So how much damage did it do?
Drop and roll.
16.
16.
So we'll add an 8 to you, Arvin. Which makes it 21. Okay, all good. As flames go up left, right, and centre, you see it destroys one of the rat swarms entirely. In fact, the one that was at the epicenter of the explosion. Maywin.
I'll slash that swarm with my sword.
Okay. As far as 9, it should only
Yeah,
take
look
half of that damage.
And give him a kind of
Hang on,
eyebrow up look.
hang on. Because that may not have killed it.
If I still have an eyebrow.
16. No, it's not. The rat swarm is not yet dead. Because swarms take half damage from slashing weapons.
So I look at Sauron and give him an eyebrow up kind of look. If I still have eyebrow.
Sure. They are definitely smouldering.
They're smoking.
Thaven.
Yeah. Well, that was unexpected. Don't have any of those. That's not gonna work.
Oh, actually, Maywin and Arvin, are you immune to disease yet?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Maywin, can you give me a fortitude save? Pretty please. For no particular reason. Okay, that's a pretty big number, so I'm going to assume you're not dead.
It
Right,
was a 24 for no particular reason.
Maven.
Yeah, so if I were to throw a magic missile at them, would it affect the group or?
That affects only a single Oh, you could. I think if there's magic that targets only a single individual, then it doesn't really affect them.
Yeah, no, that's not surprising. That sort of relieves that. So rolls to be there.
The swarm is immune to any spell or effect that targets a specific number of creatures, including single target spells.
We'll go there so we can reach the cleric and target the cleric and throw a cure light wounds on him.
Righto.
There we go.
Why didn't it
Oh,
hit?
it didn't work. Why didn't it work?
I don't know, I've just taken off manually. There we go.
You
Arvin.
weren't targeting me on the combat tracker.
Oh, I clicked for targeting and I thought it came up, but obviously I'm wrong.
Arvin.
Alright, we shall attempt to get rid of some of these rats.
There's not a lot of them left, I will point out that.
No, they're too close to me. I can't hit them at that range.
Okay. Okay. The rat swarm just, moves to that position. So we'll add an extra target of Thaven. And you all take this amount of damage. And Maywin and Thaven give me fortitude saves.
Oh. What happened?
No idea. I'm sure nothing bad happened.
She's got the fever. It's what Alden Foxglove wanted.
What did you get on your save?
All of a sudden I got 22 wounds. I was at 19.
Yeah, the rats bit you.
Um,
Okay.
I think I feel sick.
Righto. I've got to set a note for myself for that. Righto, Siron.
I want you to know that I'm doing this all with the very best of intentions because I do respect you all. And then which one was it? There it is. Okay. Now, burning hands. I don't actually need to hit anything with that. It's just a cone-shaped burst. So I just immediately move to damage, and you guys make a DC 15 reflex save. Is that right?
Yes.
So you do realise you've got to heal us.
Yeah, that's fine. Now, I presume, strangely enough, the way this cone may work is that Faven may be not hit by this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hang on, I'll do a cone.
'Cause you can do it southward rather than northward.
Right, so we'll have a cone that goes, that's 15 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can do
I can angle it.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the DC of the save?
DC 15 reflex save for...
Okay, the rat failed. So Arvin and Maewyn and Arvin.
Arwen.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Aaron.
you got all of them. Right, the rats are now dead.
Okay, alright. Everybody's looking a little beat up.
Yeah.
Maewyn's nearly dead.
A couple of higher rolls on that, and you would have killed her.
I've been deader than you guys this session, so it's okay. Alright, okay. Everybody huddle around.
Group hug.
Group hug, that's right.
Yeah, well, I'm going to turn my back on you, though.
I'm going to look at you and give you the other eyebrow raise.
No, that one's definitely burnt off.
I think you did an excellent made an excellent strategic decision there.
Alright.
That's nice. You did about 30 points of damage to him, and you
Yeah.
heal him for 8.
That's
You
right.
notice it's going to take him about 5 times as long to heal us as it did to damage us.
Evidently. There we go.
That's pretty good.
Everyone's looking mostly well now.
You're not healing yourself.
Oh, that's silly. I need to receive the benefits of...
There you go. It's done.
There we go. So it's just Maewyn and Arvin who still require a little bit more.
Well, I think you
Alright,
should
that's
probably hold on to some of your healing in case we run into some really big things that might kill us in this house
Right,
instead
okay.
of rats.
Okay, and I think that's where we'll leave it for the evening as they head down into the basement and burn each other to death.
Sheesh.
Awesome work. We got a long way. We got through a lot tonight, so good work.
It was funny.
Peeps. So goodbye to our internet friends. Join us next time. I'm waving at the wrong camera. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.